And lock it.
Oh, I just threw the ether in there. Now he's just like, what? He's still rummaging for cash in the ether pile.
I'm pretty sure that brawler is gonna be dead.
You know, seeing as that's a lot. Alright, so now that this one guard is gone, doesn't necessarily... Okay, there's stuff down there, but what's over here? Anything exciting? No? Cool. Anything in here? No? Can I stick my penis in that hole? I see, so the one that we couldn't see is the animal W goes. Sorry, I was just trying to figure out.
Dragons!
Dragons!
No, wagons.
Oh, wagons.
Wagon.
Dragons.
Animals, wagons.
I mean, basically, wagons.
Well, it's W gones, but it's wagons.
I mean, you're not wrong, but you're technically not right. It's like a yes but no situation, you know?
Wagons.
Wagoons. It's like a ragoon. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know what I'm looking at right now. Anyway. Why is this...
A puddle.
It's very puddle all of a sudden. It's very splishy in my splashy. Okay. Rope. I love that.
We use rope all the time.
I used 3 things of rope for my experiment on the other side.
Another guard. This place is full of them. I cannot risk a confrontation. He'll see me coming and I'll lose the element of surprise. I'll need to find a way to trap him.
Well, you know, I can't just be going around here with 2 guards.
I can't just throw ether at all of the guys, too.
Be careful of those boxes. They are balanced, one on top of the other. It would take very little to knock them over.
Yeah, it would take very little because there's 2 millimeters of space on that box covering the other box. Just the slightest nick to that direction and it's going to fall over.
They must have exhibited those poor wretches in these cages.
Gross.
And presented them as being dangerous.
I don't like how bloody it is.
Bearded lady.
I missed edges of my nail.
That happens. Bailey's just like, I'm too concerned about my nails to see these stories going on. Wolfman!
Wolfman.
Oh, the Wolfman's actually here still. What is happening?
This cage is still occupied. Not by one of the monsters, but by a poor
Pretty sure that's the monster.
He's still alive.
Sherlock. It says
He's
Wolfman
human now.
on the box.
Moriarty
There's a man in the
his
box.
poison on this poor. If he was freed, he would leap at the throat of
Wolfman.
the first person he saw.
Oh, I see exactly what I'm going to do, and that's terrifying, Bailey.
Yup, I get it too. I put the dots
The cage
together.
is held shut with this
And if the
bar.
viewer didn't understand,
needs
they
to be pulled
will
away to
shortly.
open
Pretty kitty, what are you doing? Oh, cool, look, you actually jumped over that. One moment, there's a cat who requires affection. Okay.
Affection.
Affection. Alright, so I just see this one poster. Shut up! I know, after 13 years of playing this game, you think I would get that by now. Shut up.
Who's a pretty bird?
I wonder
pretty
what this
bird.
machinery is used for. A rail system is fixed to the ceiling, and a hook is hanging from it. It must be used for moving heavy and bulky objects.
Like the Wolfman, maybe?
Thanks to this mechanism, the hook can slide along the rail to be positioned wherever needed.
Yeah, typically. Okay, cool.
Really wish I could hear words.
You know? I mean, that would be cool. I don't know why you can't, but...
This large, empty aquarium held the fair's main attraction.
Totally just painted part of my finger, but that's
fine. That'll be washed off before no time.
yeah.
Oh, interesting. So this dirty as fuck aquarium held their Pretty Mermaid.
The mermaid,
Oh, well,
Simon's
Watson would have
daughter.
cleaned it.
I think he would have had to go inside, though, to clean it properly, but yes. He would have
cleaned it.
He would have come in here and been, like, nifty, you know? Just, oh my god.
You would have been, this needs cleaning, and I have a rag.
Alright, so oh, there it is. Hey, look, Curtis? Why did I just call you Curtis? I haven't talked to Curtis in hours. That's weird. Hey, Bailey. Look, it's another one of these L things. Definitely not a crank. The L leg.
Lever.
The L leg.
The L. No, that's not what the L leg was. The L leg was the middle bar that you found on top of the barrel.
But that wasn't even shaped as an L. That was just it was a lowercase L because it was straight.
Exactly. It didn't make any sense.
Oh, okay. Alright, cool. So let's, slide my knife on in there.
The crank is in place.
It sure is.
The hook is above the cage of this poor wretch.
Sure is. I'm also not entirely sure how you... So I just gotta say that this rope was not... it was not pulled taut before, and somehow by... I don't know how I made the rope go that way, basically, is all I'm trying to say here. There's only rope going toward me, not away from me. So how did I push the rope further away? I don't understand.
Physics is not a thing.
People must have been locked up in here, and they are certain to have been mistreated.
Well, I mean, seeing as the sides of the bars aren't too bad of shape, but then the bottom is fucked up. Yeah, I would imagine.
We're not going to mention that it's covered entirely in blood.
Yeah. How there's literally blood all over these cages. Mostly those cages. When I walked down these stairs, it automatically showed me the cages over there, so I thought that they were over here too, just because, I wasn't even over here yet when they showed me it.
Press left shift.
Left shift? You want me to run around this tiny room? Okay, I'm doing it. You happy? Alright, there's nothing to do with the ceiling. Okay, just double checking. Alright, there's apparently... Oh, it's the door. I thought it was telling me the hand railing for a second there. I was a little confused. Alright, so I see what I have to do, but I don't see how I'm going to draw him in here exactly. So let's gander outside. If I walk forward, am I gonna slowly get noticed? Can I slowly stab him in the stomach if that happens?
Shank, shank.
Shank, shank, shank. Shank the guard. Oh, okay, maybe I just pull it and then he'll hear the madman, the wolf man.
The cage is held shut with this bar. It only needs to be pulled away to open it.
Sure does.
The cage.
Am I gonna...
The cage.
Do I need to put this rope on it?
The cage.
Maybe.
You need to go back and tie the rope to it from the crane. I think.
Maybe? That would make sense why I moved that over there. I just kind of forgot about it.
The rope is in place.
Alright, now can I get the rope off the floor? And
he's still...
I don't care that he's still
this
alive.
way I can open the poor fellow's cage.
There we go.
Okay, cool. Sorry, didn't realize I had to do that. It looked like I could do whatever I needed without that. But it makes sense that I needed to do that. Because why would I have moved the crank in the first place?
I could easily open the cage by raising the door.
No,
but
he
that
wouldn't.
poor man would leap on me immediately.
He's not going to leap on you. What is he going to do? Turn around and just see that you're in the window? No, he's probably going to go to the door like a smart person.
No, it's insane. Remember, he's pumped with the drugs Moriarty put it in.
Yeah, but I feel like he would run to the door. He wouldn't turn around immediately. I can chop off his dick.
Another guard.
Yeah, another guard. Can I? This chair is fallen. I cannot get up.
Is there a bearded lady poster in there?
There was a bearded lady poster in there. I did click on it, though. See? It's right there.
Bearded lady.
Bearded lady, he says. But other than that...
Did you use your knife on her?
I mean, I didn't.
Bearded?
But I have my knife equipped. So if I could stab this poster, I
don't understand. I don't understand the fucking...
Bearded lady.
Can I clip it?
It's a clue.
I don't. Does it just say bearded lady?
It says, go to the bearded lady poster and pick the key with your knife.
Pick the key with my... What?
Beard.
Pick the who, where with my what?
Beard.
Is there another bearded lady? One that has a key that I can pick with my kniff?
Beard.
I'm gonna cut it the other way.
Can I set it on fire first? Can I... I also don't see any lumpage in this poster, so I don't see where there'd be a knife, fucking key. I mean, I see... Well, actually, I think I see the key sticking through the back. Do a zoom in. Tactical zoom. Whoops, I don't have my hands on the right buttons anymore.
Did you go up on stage?
I didn't notice that I could.
You can go up using the boxes.
Oh, I'm a dog.
I suppose it was on this small stage that the monsters were presented to the public.
Interesting that I couldn't see.
I'm just trying to figure out where you were doing.
I'm confused why I had to be on the stage to see that I could click on this and not down there, you know? Literally a foot further away.
Ah.
Hans's diary. Alright. Zoom. Monday 8th. We have 3 days until all of our shit arrives on that shipping order. Moriarty is behind schedule. I've been waiting for 2 days now for the materials I need for my research to be delivered. And you're gonna wait 3 more. He will have to get a move on if he wants me to take over the work he has started. My patience has its limits. I have filled in my time by reorganizing this place. An old fair sideshow? Okay. Exhibiting monsters. I don't know if Moriarty is aware of the irony of the situation. To calm my impatience, they brought me a subject at the end of the morning. A dirty old tramp in good health. He will do. I'm going to test my last evolution of Moriarty's poison on him. Night has fallen and the test is finished. We had to kill the subject. ... His continuous roaring annoyed the boss. I can understand now why he needs my genius to help him advance in his research. The subject was in such a state of murderous madness that he became completely uncontrollable. He didn't even seem to understand the simplest orders. It's a long way from the desired result. Tuesday the 9th. I also don't know what today is.
I don't know what today is either.
The material still hasn't arrived. On a brighter note, I received 2 new subjects. I misread it at first. I thought it said 2 new toothbrushes. A man in his 50s. A man in his 50s, then hairy and toothless. And another who was younger but equally repulsive. How nice of you. We should be thanked for...
man.
You know? We should be thanked for cleaning such parasites off the streets. Whoopsie, I accidentally right-clicked.
That Hans is the only real monster ever to have frequented this attraction.
Frequented, he says. There we go. Alright, Wednesday the 10th. Okay, I guess today's the 10th? Or maybe today's when the shipment arrives. Or maybe that was a week ago. I don't know. Let's find out. I was woken in the middle of the night by screams and laughter, which seemed to be coming from the freak show. 2 of Moriarty's men, completely drunk, had locked the 2 subjects up in the same cage before giving them a bowl of poison. They were assuming themselves by... Why is that?
Amusing.
Amusing. I was like, that doesn't make sense. I just moved the S and the M. It's fine. It's nice when dyslexia is easy to tell how the confusion came about. I was just like, I don't see how that makes sense. By betting on
the position.
on the combat's outcome, I hurried off to warn the boss. We can't waste material this way. I rather liked their expressions when they woke up a few hours later in the cages instead of the tramps. It must have been the worst hangover of their lives. It's almost like in Skyrim when they're locked into that tiny cage over a fire.
Mm-hmm.
Since there's so many of those. Oh look, the 11th. He finally gets his shit. I have finally received the material and the ingredients which will allow me to modify Moriarty's poison. The first experiment is going to be very simple. I'm just going to make a few drops of my famous will-annihilating poison, that is a title, and mix them with Moriarty's poison. We will see if that is sufficient to make them obey orders. It is a failure. The subjects didn't even have the time to kill each other. They died less than 30 seconds after being given the poison. The effects of the two poisons didn't add up as expected. On the other hand, I'll keep the dosage in mind. A poison that fries the brain so quickly cannot really be called a failure. I mean, from your standpoint, I guess, yeah. Alright, the 12th. I don't know what fucking day it is. I worked all night to develop the second dose. This time I distilled the curare. That reminds me of something. What had curare? Is that was the Subnautica? No? Maybe? I don't remember. Something else with diseases? I don't remember. I just remember this word being used somewhere. Differently to obtain a less powerful derivative. I also modified Moriarty's poison, but he was not very open about this composition. So I had to improvise. Another failure. The subject did not die immediately, but he was as uncontrollable as the others. The only difference of note is that the wounds and the tissue damage did not get any worse after the poison was taken. That's of no interest!
We're not here to treat them. Oh my god!
We're not here to treat them. Moriarty assisted in the experiment. He did not say anything and left in silence. He wasn't pleased. I think he's starting to get impatient. Okay, the 13th. Moriarty is becoming... You know, it said it ended with him being impatient, and he started off the day being impatient. The idiot doesn't understand anything, and he dares to question my talent. He's the one who wanted my assistance. He was the one who came to find me, lol, that was actually the next sentence, to modify his poison. He had been trying for weeks without success, and now he wants me to succeed in 2 days? We had an overheated discussion about it, but I finally got him to admit that a chemist has no choice but to bow to the rules of science. It's nature that sets men in rhythm, and not the other way around. I tried another dosage. This third test was a semi-failure. Okay, it's getting better, I guess. Quote unquote. This time, the subject alternated the bouts of madness with a fall of blood pressure. He went from enraged to comatose in a few seconds. I think we are on the right track. I really like it when my murderous rampage ends in a coma. Alright, the 14th. Moriarty doesn't want to wait any longer. This, my guy, you said it takes time. This morning he openly threatened me. Cool. Have fun without me. He has given me 2 days to obtain a conclusive result. He gave me to understand the past his deadline. That past this deadline.
Past this deadline, I will go from being the researcher to becoming the guinea pig.
You know? I just gotta say, I feel like if you threaten a madman, he's just gonna try and poison you. You know? Mr. Squinty Man's not necessarily the most hinged of man. You could even call him
No, and neither is
unhinged.
Moriarty.
You know?
Neither is Moriarty.
I am confident enough. I was able to worm the components out. I didn't like the fact that this F was touching the G, and it just threw me off. Of his poison out of him, and as I thought, the problem isn't with my creation, it's with his. His idiot apprentice chemists who worked on it. I made so many... Why did I put an I in there? I think I grabbed this I. So many mistakes in the dosages that I am amazed that it produces the effects that it does. I've spent more than 10 hours going over the dosages of Moriarty's poison, and I have finally obtained something sufficiently pure to be mixed with my personal composition. A new subject must be delivered as soon as possible. I can't wait to see the results. I succeeded! The problem wasn't with my poison, but with theirs, as I said before. It was too much strong. I'm just going to keep it with my typo. I modified it with the subject proved to... Goodness gravy. I modified it, and with the subject and the... Where am I getting this with from? There isn't even a with. There's a lot of W's around, but there's no with. And... and the subject proved to be obedient without losing any of his... I read furry. Oh, fury. True, he did eat his own hand, gross, but this time it was because we told him to. You know. It's the first time I've seen Moriarty smile.
Smile, oh god.
The look on the man's face as he ate his own hand was something of pure bliss to him. We have attained the objective. Says it like that. At any time. Also, can they make it to where there's like, 0.5 or 1 paragraph spacing? Like, it really would make my eyes work with this a lot better. I mean, they at least downgraded it.
So much text, though.
They downgraded it from having 500 words per page to like 100 or 200 or something. I don't know. How many words is this, Bailey?
It's about 200.
Okay, so they went from having 500 to 1,000 words per paper to 200, which is very useful, but at the same time,
there's just so many words.
It's a lot of words. This game sometimes is just a reading simulator. It's fine. At any time, Moriarty can poison a large section of London's population with the soup that's outside that we already knew about. The choice of the Whitechapel area is a natural one. It is there that the greatest number of the starving can be found. Cool. So that the given moment, these thousands of ragged soldiers can invade the city and spread chaos such as the British Empire has never known. Nothing will stop their fury. The devastation will last for the time that the boss needs to seize power and place that pathetic clown, Woodville, on the throne. Sorry, it just sounds weird saying, I want this pathetic clown to sit in the throne. I mean, it makes sense if you're just trying to use him, but it just sounds weird to call him that. Then the killing...
I think he is.
Hmm?
I think he is using him.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Then the killing frenzy will stop of its own accord. I programmed, like a computer, the poison to last for 48 hours. After that, the subjects will join their victims in the paradise of the flea-ridden. Ooh.
So after 48 hours, they die.
Yes. They're going to kill as many people as they can and then kill themselves. By eating their hands. The 15th, which is the last date on here, so it's either the 15th or maybe it's the 16th, or maybe he just hasn't written in his diary for a while. I don't know. I am now going to be able to mass produce this wonderful poison. Oh god. Moriarty has set his men to cleaning up the warehouse below. It is a perfect place, and it even has an enormous reservoir in the roof. Wait a second. The boss came here in person to pay me part of the money I was promised for my work. I'll have the rest when this plan has succeeded. I'll be incredibly rich soon. I'm
guessing he's dead.
Is that poison in the reservoir? Watson used that reservoir to clean the window.
He did.
Watson, my poor Watson, you're gonna die in 2 days! Let me clean your hands! Ah!
Well, he didn't ingest it, so I think he'll be fine.
Maybe. Hopefully. As long as he doesn't, smell his hand or lick it or something. I don't know. It's weird.
Why? Watson's a doctor. He's not gonna just lick his hand.
I don't know. He might be weird. Alright.
Chemistry material.
Cool. Yeah, I could kind of tell that from a glance. I love the, neatly packaged organs here. Can I...
Well packaged.
It's almost as if the lighter drawer could be opened because it was the one that was programmed.
I was just thinking that. I'm like,
what?
Sure, is shockingly light.
My friends, as you all know, next week our adventure must come to an end. You also know that I'm no good at speeches, so I'll keep this brief, like underwear. After all of the years spent with you here, I can honestly say that I think of you as my family. I'm going to miss all of you, but before the fair closes, we've got one last week in business, and during this time I want you all to give the very best of yourselves so that the public will never forget us. Something very fancily written down here that I cannot read. Cauliflower atrium. It's definitely what that says, I don't even.
Sure.
So before getting back to work, here's the list of jobs for the week. Roger, clean out the aquarium. He didn't do that. Alice, kitchen. Tom, pest control. Martha Stewart, responsible for the keys to the place. Keith, upkeep of the rail and the cages. What rail? Like the thing that goes to the other building?
I think maybe, yeah.
H. Ferguson. Cool.
The bearded lady kept the key to this exhibition.
Oh look, now I know to go to
Interesting.
the bearded lady. I see. Anything else for me to gander at? No, I don't think so. Cool. Alright, let me preemptively take out my knife so I can stab a bearded lady! Stab! Stab! Stab. I mean, I saw that the key was right around down here. Yes, because this little part was sticking through the back.
Here's what I've been looking for. The trap is in place. Now I only need to get the guard to go inside the freak show.
Why did you need the key?
I don't know. What did the key go to? What did I just say that it went to? Where? I don't
Why
know.
don't you just go to your bag?
The guard
Ah!
is here.
I didn't know that I was doing that.
The guard is inside. I must close the door quickly.
Okay, I'm gonna
Close the door.
close the door and lock him in so he can be murdered.
Closed. I must
Sure
find a way.
is. Wait, what did I just say? I must find a way to keep the guard inside? I'm gonna murder him. What do you mean?
Murder.
Oh, I see. I took the bar out, but now I needed the rope to open the door. That makes more sense. How are you not noticing this, sir?
The fear in his eyes. Oh my god.
I was too busy looking at the fear in his mouth. Why are you banging on the glass? You're just gonna break the glass.